Welcome to the Talkin VAWLS Network. My name is Boogie Bentley. Still celebrating from last night the commitment of five-star edge rusher Jordan Ross. Big commitment in this class of 2024. Bumps Tennessee up to 6th in the country according to the On3 industry rankings. He's the 20th commit in this class of 24. And when you look at those guys, when you look at those 20 commits, 14 of those are blue chip prospects, meaning 4 or 5-star prospects. How does Josh Heupel, how does this coaching staff close out the class of 24? Can they land a guy like Jordan Seaton? Can they land a guy like Chris Cole? You know, I'm encouraged. I'm excited by the fact that Chris Cole is going to be in town the day before he chooses between Tennessee and Georgia. That tells me his recruitment is still wide open. We'll see if they can get Jordan Seaton on campus. Cam Michael. You got some of these guys that Tennessee's still targeting, like Cam Fountain. Although he's committed to USC, Tennessee's still having conversations, trying to flip him. Is there somebody out there that Rodney Garner is going to discover? And we're going to see a boost in rankings. Long way to go till signing day, but Tennessee right now sitting 6th in the country. I'm excited about that. I think they still have an opportunity to sign a top 5 class. We'll see how it plays out, but it's almost football time. We are less than 2 weeks away, 11 days away from Tennessee going down to Nashville and taking on Virginia. When you go look at the odds, the numbers, Vegas has Tennessee as a 4-touchdown favorite. The ESPN FPI has Tennessee at 87.5% odds of winning this football game coming up in a couple of weeks. You look at Virginia from last year, and I've not dug too much into it yet. I'll be doing that over the next couple of weeks. But a year ago, they went 3-7 in year number 1 under Tony Elliott, trying to change that system, trying to change that offense. They only averaged 17 points a game a year ago. And then when you look going into 2023, they've got to replace their quarterback. Brennan Armstrong transferred to NC State. So got to find a new guy to be the quarterback. They are also trying to replace their top 4 producing wide receivers. Their offensive line is in shambles. So I like Tennessee's odds to go in there, go down to Nashville, make a statement on the defensive side of the ball. For Virginia, they gave up 24 points a game. I think Tennessee is going to score. They're going to do what they do. They're going to be who they are. And I'm excited to see that. I'm excited to see who is Joe Milton when he's the man that's in control, when he's the man that's in charge, when he's the leader of this football game. And, you know, we got a little taste of that last year against Vanderbilt. We really saw it in the Orange Bowl against Clemson. But there's going to be some extra fireworks in this one. We're going to take a look at something that Danny White said. Danny, maybe you should have texted a buddy. We're going to get into it. We're going to talk about it. Tony Elliott and Danny White having a little Twitter scuffle. But as always, do me a favor. Smash the thumbs up just below the video. You guys know the deal. It's quick, free, and easy. It helps this channel. What it does is it plays the algorithm game, sends this thing out to like-minded people, Tennessee fans like you and I, so we can continue to build this community on the Talkin VAWLS Network. And that's what this is. If it's your first time here, this channel is for the fans, by the fans. We're not experts, media, insiders, nothing like that. This channel is built on, hey, let's sit down on the back deck, let's crack open a beer, and let's talk all things Tennessee football. If you like that style of content, make sure you subscribe. Click that bell for notifications. You're not going to miss out when we go live or when we drop a video. I'm live tonight, 6:30 p.m. Eastern time. It's a new night for NCAA football live streams. Come hang out. We'll talk all things Tennessee, recruiting, fall camp, whatever you guys want to get into. So make sure you tune in tonight. Also tomorrow, Wednesday night, we'll be live at 7 p.m. Eastern time. But take a look at this article. This is over at A to Z Sports. Virginia head coach Tony Elliott details how close he was to taking the Tennessee Vols job in 2021. Now, let's rewind just a little bit. Let's go back in time. Jeremy Pruitt burnt the program to the ground. We're looking for a new head coach. Us as fans, the speculation, the rumors, everything going around was, well, everybody turned us down. Everybody turned us down again. That's what happened. Is that the case? Did they really turn us down? It's kind of like, you know, talking NIL. We all like to throw around numbers. We like to say this. We like to say that. Oh, they dropped the bag. Do we really know, or are we just fans speculating? But that's the beautiful thing. I'm not criticizing anybody because I do the same thing myself. That is what passionate fans do. We talk, we speculate, we discuss rumors. Again, that's the whole point of this channel. But let's take a look at this article from Zach Reagan. Love Zach. Always love having him on the show. Got to get Zach and Charlie back on the show soon. Says, before Tennessee Vols athletic director Danny White hired Josh Heupel to replace Jeremy Pruitt in early 2021, there was some interest shown in then Clemson offensive coordinator Tony Elliott. He ended up sticking around at Clemson for another season. The Vols turned their attention to Heupel, which obviously worked out well for Tennessee. After the 2021 season, Elliott accepted the Virginia head coaching job. So again, this article laying it out, you know, Tony Elliott was a hot prospect on the board at the time, saying he turned down Tennessee, to stick it out at Clemson. And again, you rewind time, you go back and look, man, these coaching searches are almost comical. The guys that you get behind or I get behind that we are pulling for. Tony Elliott was a guy that I was really excited about, really wanted to see him at Tennessee. And I've said it multiple times. I feel like we almost backed in to a home run hire with Josh Heupel. Did we really? Because we're going to see what Danny White had to say. He should have maybe texted a buddy. I don't know. We'll see. Let's read more of the article. Says coincidentally, Tennessee and Virginia play each other in Nashville on September the 2nd to open the 2023 season. This is what Elliott said about the Tennessee job. He says, first of all, obviously, Tennessee is, in my opinion, one of the blue bloods, one of the top tier programs in the country. When I evaluated it, he says, there were a lot of positive things about it. Just wasn't the right time for me. So when it came down to it, I prayed about it, and I said I want the Lord to lead me in the right direction that he'd have me to go. So it was close. But at the end of the day, when I looked at the totality of everything, it just wasn't the right time or the right fit for me. I'm happy for Heupel, excited for him and what he's doing there. Obviously, an extremely passionate fan base. All the resources that you need for a top-tier program. He goes on to talk about the matchup coming up. He says, I'm excited about our matchup when we play them to kind of see where we are as a program. I think you have to play games like this to get a barometer to gauge where we're at. It either tells us, okay, we're ahead of where we need to be, or you know what, we've still got a good significant amount of work to do. But I'm excited about the opportunity to play these guys. It was close, but at the end of the day, it just wasn't the right timing for me. Goes on to talk a little bit about the investigation and how that's likely what kept Elliott from taking the job. That's where Heupel's familiarity, that's easy for me to say, with White, whom he worked with at UCF, probably eased some of the concerns. So that's, basic little article there talking about Tony Elliott turning down the Tennessee job. The NCAA investigation was part of it. And, going back again to when Heupel was hired, that's what I loved about Josh Heupel. He took on that challenge, and yes, it was written into his contract. If there was a postseason ban, he was getting an extension there. But also, the way he came in and sat down and asked these kids, what do you need? What do you need from me? But again, basic little article there talking about Tony Elliott turning down the job. Where does it get interesting? Well, here's where it gets interesting. Maybe Danny should have texted a buddy instead of going to Twitter. Danny, you warned us. You warned us when you took the job that we need to text a buddy. I have set up group therapy now. I text Balls JP. I text Dauber when I'm upset. I don't go to Twitter. Danny White takes it to Twitter. Says, interesting. Don't remember offering. Ignored this the first time. Can't do it again. An interview doesn't constitute an offer. Interviewed several candidates. Only offered one. So what do you guys think about this? Danny White going to Twitter, putting Tony Elliott on blast, saying you were never offered the job. You were interviewed, but you were not offered. Now, I saw somebody over at VolQuest ask Brent Hubbs his thoughts. He says it's always a matter of semantics. He says Heupel is the only one who got a formal contract. Not sure why Danny felt the need to go down that road on Twitter, but they never got close to having a deal with Elliott. So Danny isn't lying in his tweet. He's not lying, but is it kind of a half-truth? Did you offer the job to Tony Elliott? Were you trying to work out numbers? Were you negotiating, and it just never got far enough along in the process? But this is funny to me, and the reason it's funny is because, again, you go back to when Danny White first showed up and some of the things that were on social media floating around, and Danny White says, hey, guys, maybe you need to text a buddy and not take it to social media. What do you guys think? Jump into the comment sections. Let me know. I thought this was a good way to kind of ease into Virginia week and get a little fireworks involved as well. Kind of a fun little thing there, seeing Danny White go against his own advice. But you guys jump into the comment section. Let me know your thoughts. Also, what are your thoughts coming up on that Virginia game? What do you want to see from this Tennessee football team? We are shifting the focus. Fall camp's over. We are going into game preparation mode. We're going to be talking about Virginia all next week. The content's going to be geared towards that game, towards the season. It's football time in Tennessee. We will still cover recruiting, but the focus is going to be talking about football. Do me a favor, guys. Smash the thumbs up on the way out the room. Go check out the merchandise. You want to win this hat? You guys keep asking where I got this hat. SoNashville.com is going to give you guys one of these hats, but you have to be a member of the channel. We'll be picking a winner on Wednesday night, 7 p.m. Eastern time. Hit the join button down below. The more you give, the more times your name is entered into the raffle. You join at the elite level. That's 10 times your name will be put in the raffle. But also go check out our merch, bonfire.com/store/Talkin VAWLS. Don't forget, all you members, we have the fan call-in shows are getting geared up, coming up on Sunday night, probably 7 p.m. Eastern time. Haven't ironed out that time yet, but if you're new to the channel, that's where you, the listeners, you, the members of the channel, get an opportunity to come on the show, hang out, talk Tennessee football. You guys drive the show. We just hang out, talk about whatever you guys want to give into. But also similar to that, the more you give, the quicker you get the link. So if you're at the elite level, the watch party level, Boogie's boss, whatever, those higher tiers will get the link first. And then if we have time, we come down the list and try to get as many people on as we can. But that's going to do it for this one. Let's talk about it. Jump into the comment section. Tony Elliott, Danny White, some fireworks going off about 2 weeks prior to kickoff. But that's going to do it for this one. This is the Talkin VAWLS Network. My name is Boogie Bentley. Go Big Orange.